Hey everyone, welcome to the Alpha Truth. I'm the Truth Alpha, and today we're talking about UFOs. Do you believe in UFOs? Do you think they're real, not real? Leave it in the comments below and tell me why. Everything you've seen on TV, the images and video clips that you've seen, is that real or is that just a hoax? Well, in this video, I'm not here to convince you if it's real or not. I'm just going to say up front, they're real. Believe what you want, but I'm going to get into the anatomy of what they actually are, and this is the truth. Getting right into it here. I'm going to explain this in stages because although it's simple, it's still slightly difficult to comprehend. So us humans are comprised of two different parts, two different major parts. One side, we're a spiritual being that's animating this body, our consciousness, our spirit, whatever you want to call it. And then on the other side, we're a body, a physical body, which actually is basically a robot. It's a robot made out of meat and blood because the spirit is animating it, and they both need each other to actually function. Now, we're used to this. We see people walking around, totally normal. We don't even question it. It's just the way things are. Animals are exactly the same way. It's a spirit animating their bodies. Now, our physical bodies have actually been grown, as we all know, in the mother's womb, and it's made from the food that she ate during her pregnancy. So if we consider a snail, the shell is made from very hard material that nevertheless was grown by the snail. So, if we want to travel in this world we live in, we have to manufacture a car or a plane or a boat or any type of vehicle like that. Now, aliens are also invisible spiritual beings, just like we are. They don't naturally have bodies like us because they have no real purpose coming into our 3D world. So they're interlopers, and so they have to manufacture things very much as we manufacture a body to relate to Earth. They have to manufacture things to relate and come and visit us. So one of the things they actually manufacture, other than UFOs, is the little gray robots, the little gray aliens that we all know and love. I think they even have an emoji of the little gray alien, even though I think it's green in the emoji. But those aliens that everyone knows with the big eyes and the big head and they're short, those are actually robots. They're not alive in and of themselves. They were manufactured by the real aliens, which are spiritual in nature. So with these little gray robots, they actually put just enough intelligence inside of them to perform what they need to perform. No more, no less. Just like we do much of the same when we make, say, a microwave oven. It just has just enough intelligence to cook our food, and we put just enough intelligence for a washing machine to wash our clothes. It does the job, that's it. Now we put more intelligence in things like computers because it needs to perform more complicated tasks. So, a gray, for instance, a gray alien, is a manufactured entity. Think of our physical body, that's what they are, and animated by a spirit force remotely, like our consciousness does for us. That's what we do. Now, our spirit is remote from our body, but it animates it. So there are two separate sides here. Now, I hope so far I've explained it well enough. I think that's pretty simple. So, moving on here. The essential part is the spirit manufacturing a physical body. Now, this is kind of the hard part. So we're used to seeing manufactured beings, us, animals, gray aliens, and so on, if you've ever seen a gray alien, that is, as being made of flesh and blood, or a vegetable being made of plant matter. So we can accept that, it's totally normal. But it doesn't have to be made of flesh and blood. It doesn't have to be made of flesh and blood. Suppose our spirit was capable of making a human robot not of flesh and blood, but of metal. We're used to seeing the shape of life as either being a humanoid or an animal shape, like a fish, 2 eyes, legs, and so on. But it doesn't have to be. That's just what we see in this world. Suppose the shape of that life was a saucer shape, or a cigar shape, or a triangle shape. Suppose a living spirit creature, an invisible life force like we are, was able to grow a body that was both metallic instead of flesh and blood, and saucer-shaped instead of human-looking. It would still be alive because it could be animated by the spirit just as we animate our body. Well, this is what a UFO is. It's a living creature with a spirit animating it, and it's every bit of alive as me and you are, except that the body is made of a different material and a different shape. The body is adapted for its specific purpose to enable little creatures to live inside of it, sort of like Jonah and the whale, and it looks to our eyes like a machine, but it's just a living spirit inside of it. It's just made of a different material. Now, we've heard of people who say that they felt a UFO was alive when they saw it. There's accounts of people saying this. The reason is because they are alive. Who would have thought, right? Who would have thought? Now, also, it's the only reason why us humans have ever been able, let me back up here. Every time there's been a crashed UFO and humans have captured it and tried to fly it, they were unable to. And the only reason they were unable to is because it's not an actual machine. It's a living entity. It's essentially, at that point, a dead body. It's almost like if you picked up a dead human and tried to make it work, and walk around and talk and stuff. You can't do it because there's no button, there's no switches to make that happen. When a UFO crashes, it effectively is dead just like we die. Its spirit leaves that physical body and goes on to another place. So, that's pretty much it with these type of UFOs. To recap, a UFO is a physical body created by an alien spirit force so as to be able to relate to our world, just as we create our physical body so as to be able to relate to Earth. When we're looking at a UFO, we are looking at the body of a living creature. The spirit animating it, we never actually see, just as we never actually see the spirit animating our bodies. Tell me if you ever heard of that before. Because before I learned this, I had no idea. I thought they were actually machines, like spacecraft. Which they are, but they're alive. That's the strange part. It's pretty crazy stuff. Now, like I said in the beginning of this video, there are different kinds of UFOs, but this is the main UFO that people see. So, tell me what you think. Is that crazy? Do you accept it? Do you reject it? Please leave a comment. And if you have any other ideas of new videos, new topics, leave it in the comments as well. And if I know about it, I will make a video about it. And if I don't know about it, I will say I don't know about it. And I will ask you to please inform me, because I have an open mind and I want to build a community of like-minded people who all want to know the truth and expose the lies that we've been told our entire lives. So with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye. Oh, and before you leave, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're going to be coming out with videos every week, and you don't want to miss them. So hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.